I was just telling the boys how proud I am of them. They've been hitting some really gnarly stuff today. Uphill, downhill, rocky, steep with ruts. Uh-oh. Case, keep the speed on the right. Keep the speed. Oh. Nice, nice. Perfect. That was perfect, Case. Case, stop here, Case. Stop. Let's get everybody back together. I'm gonna help Connor out. He got hung up here. All right, Connor. Looks like you got off on the harder line. There you go. Whoa, 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 whoa. You okay? You okay? That was your good side, right? You almost had it. Okay. You guys, yeah, that was very good.
So that's Tyler's son, Cade, right here. We recently just went to a motocross track with Cade and Tyler. I didn't get to ride because of my injury, but I took the boys and they went riding, and Cade was so fast around that little motocross track up there in Salt Lake, and I'm sitting there thinking he would beat me around the track. But one thing that I will say is, you know, on this day that we went riding with these boys, I was so proud of them. We got way out in the middle of nowhere with these guys, and then, you know, they were kind of getting tired because this was the second loop of the day, so they were getting a little bit fatigued and stuff. And so at this point, I believe we're heading back to camp. But we were out in the middle of nowhere and miles and miles from anywhere, and then this group of guys come up on us, on, you know, other guys on dirt bikes, and they were looking and they're like, how in the heck did you get these kids out here? Because they knew the trails that you had to come in to get them here. And this trail that is right now on the screen, it's nothing difficult, but some of the trails that you have to use to get out to this point, it's very remote and it's technical, and they could not believe that we had these little guys out in the middle of nowhere. And we're going, yeah, they're little bosses, you know. And it takes time, and it takes a lot of, you know, patience and coaching and just time with the boys. But it's amazing how fast they can start to do things. And as soon as we can get away from these KTM 50s and get all the boys up to 65s and bigger, then it'll be just that much easier and that much better. Because the little 50s, like the one that Cade is on right here, and the one that my son Case is on, they have those, you know, centrifugal clutches, and they're like little underpowered snowmobiles is what they're like. And it robs those clutches rob a lot of power from the bikes, and then they don't have a lot of power. They don't have a lot of low end grunt. They're made for racing, high RPMs, high speed.
These boys are smoking it.
But Connor over there on the you know, in the far part of the screen, he's on a 65, and that bike is legit. Like, that bike is just a miniaturized version of what I'm riding, and they're awesome. You have to use the clutch, whereas on these little 50s, there's no clutch on them. The bike does that for you. But once we can get onto those 65s, now we'll be cooking with gas. Connor will probably bump up to an 85, and Case will be on a 65. And then we'll legit be able to really do some more stuff and take our riding to the next level. Bigger tires, more power, more low-end grunt. It just makes things easier to navigate through certain obstacles out there on the trail. But these little boys did an awesome job. And as you can see, they're a little bit tired, and it's loose. And those little 50s, that's the problem right there. That little 50 has no power unless it's all the way on the pipe. And so a lot of times what'll happen is you just spin the wheel. You know, you're trying to get traction going up a hill or something, and it just spins the wheel because it's like an on-off switch. And so it's a little bit intimidating for them to ride in off-road situations like this. Way different on a motocross track, you can just pin it. But out here, you can't just pin it all the time. It takes a little bit more finesse, and the 50s are harder to do that with. So anyway, it's fun to ride with the boys. It's fun to watch them progress. I haven't been able to ride with the boys at all this summer since I got injured, but they've ridden a little bit around the house and then a little bit the other night on that open practice at the motocross track, which they really enjoyed. So it's a fun journey. One of the things about dirt bikes that are so fun is it's a family sport, and you can spend a lot of time with your family, with your boys, with your daughters, with your wife, if you can get into this. And it puts everybody on the same level. You're out there without, away from the distractions of cell phones and internet and social media and all these other things. And it's just you and the boys and the environment. And you encounter hard things, you encounter challenges, and you figure out together how to conquer those challenges and how to make sure that everyone's having a good time and everyone's growing and progressing. It's great.